Well guys, we just stepped into the woods here. We're kind of on a east-facing slope. It's nice and damp. And guess what I found? Check it out. Look at all these babies. Look at all these baby chanterelles. They're just little buttons. They're just starting to pop up. God, I don't want to mess with them. But they are here. Look at them all, baby. Oh yeah. Nice, nice, nice. I love it when I'm right. Look at it. There's another one right over there. Oh, look at this little cluster here. Look at these guys. These might be even big enough to pick here. Oh my goodness. Happy DADventurer right here. This is pretty awesome. We're out at the Oregon Coast Range looking for some early season fall mushrooms. It's end of July. This area doesn't start popping with mushrooms until usually around August, but it's been a pretty mild summer. So we're gonna check it out. We're gonna check out our normal spots we go to. We might get surprised with a couple of early season chanterelles, maybe some lobster mushrooms, who knows? But we're gonna check it out and see what's going on, and let's have a great adventure. So let's go. So we left most of those chanterelles in this spot. We'll come back in another week or two and they'll be ready to pick. I took 3 or 4 of the bigger ones. They're big enough to be keepers, but the rest we're gonna leave. But this is an awesome sign. I figured that this slope, because it's east facing, it's still damp even though the rest of this area is really dry. It's damp. It's got the right amount of little bit of moss left, and the shrooms are already popping. So I'm excited. I didn't think they're going to be here, but they're here. So off to an awesome start. Let's keep going. The chanterelles are starting to get a little bigger to the point where they're pickable size. They're not huge, but they're pickable size. I'm going to take a few, but the vast majority of them, letting them grow. I'll give you an example. Let's take a look. So look at all these chanterelles down here. I don't know if you can see them, but they're popping under these trees over here. Get a few that are decent size here, like something like this guy here. Decent size, not huge, but something that I could take home for a little snack later. Very firm, very dry, perfect eating size. But then you got a bunch over here. Look at these guys here. These are all small. We're gonna leave them along with all the little brothers and sisters around here. But pretty impressed so far. We're gonna have an awesome mushroom season. So we're gonna leave most of these guys, but a few of them. And look at this massive cluster right here. There's probably, I don't know, 6 or 8 mushrooms in this little cluster right here. Beautiful. So I came up along this mushroom over here. Check this guy out here. From first glance, it looks like a potential chanterelle. But if I peel back this, you can see the little white spots on here. This is definitely an amanita. It's poisonous, so we're gonna leave it. But it's got very similar coloring to the chanterelle. But if you take a close look, it's pretty certain that this is not one we want to touch. So we're gonna leave it. Now we're getting into some decent size chanterelles. These are the variety that's got really thick stipes on them. It's very dry and firm. This guy's gonna cook up just awesome. So we just found another nice chanterelle under a little log here. I came across another beautiful flush. Check this out. Check out this flush. Got a couple under here. Got a bunch that are hiding under here. Little guys here. Look at under this log. I don't know if you can see that, but there are tons of little chanterelles fruiting in this area. As I look around here, there's going to be a ton of them here in another week or two. So awesome finds. We're marking all the stuff on the GPS so we can come right back here in a week or two, and these things are going to be big enough to harvest. So let's go find some bigger ones. So far, we're seeing some really great signs that this is going to be an awesome fall chanterelle season. These buttons are popping up everywhere. Big clusters, big clumps. And I think they're going to grow pretty fast. We got some hot weather coming up here the next couple of days. Hopefully it doesn't burn these guys out. Now we're going to kind of hook left here and go down into what I call the Valley of the Shrooms. This is a very steep slope, west facing. And I think there's going to be some shroom popping because they're not going to be getting the dead heat. They're probably going to get some of that coastal moisture coming off more than the east side would. So let's see what we got popping. Let's go check it out. So here's what the slope looks like. It's pretty steep. It's looking pretty dry right now. So I'm not sure if we need to go back to the east facing side, but we're gonna keep going. I think we'll find some here. This little ravine swings out to the right. I think over on that right side over there, we'll probably find them again. We're back on the east side slope again. This is another area, but it's facing east. And we can see little chanterelle buttons popping up even under here. Look at them all. Look at all of these mushrooms popping up here. Pretty awesome to see this. Again, they're still too small, but we're marking all these spots, so hopefully we'll be able to get back out here in another week or two before somebody else finds these. But hey, even if somebody comes and finds a few of them, that's fine. They ain't gonna find them all. Most of these angles are beyond the skill level and comfort level of most folks. Most people I think are gonna want to hunt flat level stuff they can skip around with a basket. That's fine. I'll do the more extreme shrooming and tromping and get the ones that nobody else is gonna get. So let's keep going. I'm deep in the ferns. I got Oregon grape. What else we got? Got some moss. It's good stuff. But check out these buttons here. Another beautiful one here growing in this clover. You guys can see that. We got more under there. But look, here's one that's decent enough to pick. Let's get this guy out. We're really trying not to disturb the soil while we're in here. Just respect the area, because we want to have a good fruitful fall mushroom season. It would be bad to take all these little babies right now. Let them grow, and we can all have a share in what these forests are giving us. So good stuff. I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is a pretty significant slope. We're walking up to an area that's got a lot of moss in it. This area has been really productive for me in the past, except last year I came through here and it was right after some commercial pickers, I would suspect, had come through here and just took everything. And they left like 2 inches of stipe sticking out of the ground on each of these mushrooms. What a shame. They just came through and took them all. And it was really sad to see just this field full of stumps. But later on in the season it recovered and another flush came out. But let's get on and take a look here, see what's going on. So this particular spot is about, that's a little north, facing north. But look at this. This, I think, I don't know what this is. Oh. This is a puffball. Huh. Seems pretty firm. It's a puffball. Oop, hold on. Let's check it out. Now, puffballs in general are okay to eat if they're white all the way through. See, this guy's not white. Let's see. Oh, well, I think it's already gonna get the spores going here. Yep, gross. Okay, so this one, past its prime. It smells mushroomy, but that's a puffball. It's no good. Black on the inside. We'll just put him back here so he can do his spore thing. Let's keep going up this hill, see what we got here. This area's pretty dry, but I do see a fair amount of moss growing, which is good. Let's just keep going up this slope. This north-facing slope. Okay, here we go. Check these out. Look at all these little guys here. Some buttons popping up. That's good. They're about the size of a pea, so they are a no-go. I see some more over here. Look at these areas here. Look at all these buttons popping up here. Make sure we don't step on any. Look, we got more coming in here, more here. Okay. Look at them all. Look at all these little delicious buttons popping up. Oh, wait a minute. We got one. Get these berries out of the way. I'm going to use the knife to get this guy out. There's a decent shroom right there. Well, we will take that one, give him a nice little butter bath, make him delicious. I didn't think we were gonna find any mushrooms today, but I'm so glad we did. I was just scouting, and guess what? We're on the shrooms. There are a lot of these mushrooms fruiting right now. I don't know what they're called. If you guys know what this mushroom is, send me a comment. Here's another nice little cluster. Same steep slope, facing north, sitting in the ferns, but look around. We got more over here. We got some hiding under the ferns under there. They are just everywhere. Check out these guys popping up against this pine tree, and a couple more down here. I remember last year I pulled a massive one in this same spot. Now, it just goes to show, if you take care of the soil and don't disturb it when you're picking, these things will continue to fruit. You're not disturbing the mycelium. We're still finding mushrooms, but still more just finding these little pins popping up everywhere on the hill. So I'm on a pretty steep slope right here. This is west facing. Look at all these little buttons popping out down here. Got one here, got a couple over here, up here, even on the hillside up here. There are more popping out. As you can see, the kind of terrain I'm looking at. We got a bunch of trees here, got some moss, got some clover, ferns, Oregon grape, all the likely suspects. This is an area I call the money spot. Because in the fall, this little hump right here is just loaded with chanterelles. I think I see a couple right here. Look at this dude. This guy right here, definitely big enough to pick. He's drying out. But look, we got 2 or 3 others sitting here. We got another one here. If I look up on this ridge, I see a few more popping out. We're gonna leave them. But this one, perfectly good to eat. It's dry. It's gonna be delicious in a couple of hours. Check out all these clovers here. I think this is called sorrel. Pretty sure it's edible if you need to. And then you got Oregon grape here growing, and ferns. If you got 3 of those things, you should be in the mushrooms. But take a look. One important thing is these mushrooms do not like to grow in areas where there's a lot of pine needle debris. You can see that there's the dirt right here. If these mushrooms can't touch the dirt, they're not growing. So when you're looking at areas, if it's tons and tons of covered with pine needles, more than likely you're not going to find chanterelles. They got to grow out of the dirt. So keep that in mind when you're looking. So there's a reason why I call this spot the money spot. I want you to take a look at these clusters I just found, and these are probably the biggest ones I've seen so far. So look at this. Massive cluster of mushrooms here, but look at all these over here popping up on this side. Look over here. Look at these mushrooms hiding here together. These guys too. Pretty darn awesome. We're gonna have to take some pictures of these guys. So I think we've got another nice little cluster here. I think this one is gonna be big enough to take along with us. At least this guy here. And look at this guy. They're not bad. They're all thick. They're also in this open area here, so I think with the heat this week, they're probably going to dry out and die anyway. So let's just take them and do them a favor. So look at this mother load of babies I found. We got a handful here. We got more popping up here. We got clusters over here and over here and back up here. and even a bunch more popping up over here. I haven't picked any of these guys. They're all small. Oh, I even got some underneath me. Look at these guys here. And even over here. They're everywhere. Got to be careful where I'm stepping. In another week or two, this is going to be some good stuff. So definitely going to be clearing my calendar for this. We made it back to the car safe and sound. We managed to get a nice little bag of mushrooms. We took the biggest ones that were still on the smaller side, but big enough to eat. We left the rest of them alone. So we're gonna call it a day for now. Leave the rest of these mushrooms behind, let them grow bigger for at least another week or two. Hopefully we get a blast of rain that will get a bunch more fruiting. But all in all, pretty good day. It was awesome to be out here, check my spots, just to be out here in the wild, recharge and reset. You know, the mind is an important thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making it, and I'm really excited for an awesome mushroom season. And if you haven't been out yet, get out and check your spots. You might be surprised at what you find given this mild weather that we've been having. So hope everybody enjoyed the video. If you like it, give me a thumbs up, tell your friends, subscribe, and let's get out here on another adventure soon. Thanks for joining me.